Welcome back to Product Bakar, the podcast where we dish out the real talk on everything product. I'm your host, Rishi, and today we are diving deep into a topic that can make or break a product, and frankly, a product manager's sanity. And the topic is stakeholder management. Now, if you are a product manager in the software world, you know it's rarely just about the code and the features. You are a central hub, a conductor orchestrating a symphony of different voices, opinions, and agendas. And that, my friends, is where stakeholders come in. So let's start with the basics. Who exactly are these stakeholders we are talking about in the context of a software product? Well, it's a diverse group, but to give you some examples, your engineering team, they're building the product. So their input on feasibility, effort, and technical debt is crucial. Sales and marketing teams, they're on the front lines, understanding customer needs and market trends. Their insights are invaluable for the product market fit and go to market strategies. Customer support, they deal directly with user pain points and feedback. They have a gold mine of information about what's working and what's not. Leadership executives. They set the strategic direction and approve resources. Their buy-in is essential for the big initiatives. Legal and compliance, especially important in the regulated industries. They ensure your product adheres to all the necessary laws and guidelines. Finance, they manage budgets and ensure financial viability of product initiatives. User experience designers, they advocate for the users and ensure the product is intuitive and delightful. And of course, your users and customers. They are the ultimate stakeholders whose needs and feedback should always be at the forefront. You see, it's a wide net. Each of these groups has vested interest in the product, though their perspectives and priorities might differ widely. This brings us to our next point. Why are stakeholders so important in the process of developing a product? Think of it this way. A product is not built in vacuum. It requires diverse expertise, resources, and perspective to succeed. Stakeholder brings in different facets, and I'll just walk you through one by one. First is shared vision and buy-in. When stakeholders are engaged, they feel ownership. This fosters a shared vision and increases their commitment to the product success. Without their buy-in, even the best ideas can falter due to lack of support. Second is resource allocation. Many stakeholders control critical resources like budget, engineering time, marketing spending. Effective management ensures you get the resources you need. Third is risk mitigation. Stakeholders often have unique insights into potential risks, be it technical, legal, market, or operational. Engaging them early can help identify and mitigate these risks before they become a major problem. Fourth is faster decision making. When stakeholders are aligned, decisions can be made more quickly and efficiently, preventing the bottlenecks in the development process. And the fifth point is better product market fit. By incorporating diverse feedback, you can build a product that truly addresses the market needs and customer pain points, leading to a higher adoption and satisfaction. So, in essence, stakeholders are the pillar that supports your product. Neglect them, and the whole structure can crumble. Speaking of crumbling, let's look at the flip side. How can bad stakeholder management affect the product development? Oh, the stories I could tell. One is the surprise feature debacle. Imagine your sales team promising a feature to a key client without consulting the engineering or product. Suddenly, you are scrambling to build something that wasn't planned, potentially delaying the critical features and causing immense stress for the development team. This leads to missed deadlines and a rushed, often suboptimal product. Another is the unused feature graveyard. You spend months building a complex feature that an executive passionately championed, only to find out it doesn't align with our actual user needs. Or maybe the market has shifted. This is a massive waste of time, money, and engineering effort. A direct result of not properly validating with other stakeholders like UX or customers. And one very critical thing, the silent killer conflict. Different teams operate in silos, each with their own priorities. Marketing launches a campaign for a feature that isn't ready. Engineering is built on something sales doesn't understand. This lack of communication and alignment leads to internal friction, blame games, and ultimately a fractured product strategy. And one more thing is draining your resources. If you don't manage executive expectation or secure proper budget approvals, you might find yourself constantly fighting for resources, leading to under-resourced projects and burnout for your team. So this is how bad stakeholder management can affect product development negatively. These are not just hypotheticals. They are real world scenarios that happen when stakeholder management is poor. It's a direct hit to the product quality, team morale, and business goals. So, the million dollar question is, how can a product manager ensure stakeholders are aligned and are happy? This is where the art and science of product management truly shine. I'm just listing down few pointers. Let's go through them one by one. First is proactive communication and not reactive. Don't wait for the problems to arise. Regularly update stakeholders on progress, challenges, and the upcoming plans. Tailor your communication to their specific interests. Sales wants to know about the new feature that help them close the deals. Engineering wants technical details. So be very proactive in communication. Second is understand their world. Empathy is the key. Put yourself in their shoes. What are their goals? What keeps them up at night? What metrics are they measured by? Understanding their motivation helps you to frame your message in a way that resonates with them. Third is involve them early and often. Don't just present solutions. Involve them in problem solving process. Invite them to brainstorming sessions, user research readouts, or sprint reviews. When they contribute, they feel heard and valued, increasing their investment in the product. Fourth is set a clear expectation. Be very transparent about what's possible and what's not, and what are the trade offs involved. Manage scope and timelines realistically. Under promising and over delivering is always better than reverse. Fifth is data, data, and data. Back up your decisions with data, user research, analytics, market trends. Data provides an objective basis for discussion and helps depersonalize disagreements. Sixth is active listening. You just don't hear. Truly listen to their concerns, their feedback, and their ideas. Validate their input, even if you can't act on every suggestion. Seventh is identify key decision makers. Understand the power dynamics. Who needs to sign off on what? Who are the influencers? Focus on your efforts on aligning with these individuals. Eighth is celebrate successes and especially together. When the product achieves a milestone or receives a positive feedback, share that success with all the stakeholders who contributed. It reinforces their value and builds a positive relationship. It's about building relationships based on trust, transparency, and mutual respect. To help you put these principles in practice, let's talk about some techniques you can use for stakeholder management. First is stakeholder mapping or analysis. This is a fantastic starting point. Identify all your stakeholders, categorize them by their influence and interests. For example, high influence, high interest, low influence, low interest, and then strategize how to engage with each group. The power to interest grid is a classic tool here. Second is regular cadence of meetings. Beyond ad hoc chats, set up recurring touchpoints. This could be a weekly product update email, a bi-weekly product council meeting with the key stakeholders, or a monthly executive briefings. Consistency builds predictability and trust. Third is roadmap reviews. Conduct regular roadmap reviews where you present your strategic direction, upcoming initiatives, and gather feedback. This ensures everyone is on the same page regarding priorities. Fourth is shared documentation. Tools like Confluence, Notion, or even shared Google Docs can be invaluable for keeping everyone informed about the product strategy, requirements, decisions, and its progress. A single source of truth reduces miscommunication. Fifth is user story mapping and journey mapping sessions. Involve stakeholders in these collaborative sessions. It helps them visualize the user experience and understand the value proposition, fostering empathy for the user and alignment on the features. Sixth is product backlog grooming or refinement session. When primarily for the development team, inviting key business stakeholders to this session can help them understand the complexity of features and contribute to the prioritization. Seventh is pilot programs and beta testing. This is specifically for your users. Involving certain stakeholders, for example, sales, support, Early customers in the pilot programs or beta testing not only gets you valuable feedback, but also turns them into early adopters and champions. Eighth is conflict resolution frameworks. It's inevitable that disagreements will arise. Having a structured approach to a conflict resolution, focusing on data, trade offs, and shared goals can prevent minor issues from escalating. These techniques aren't rigid rules, they are flexible tools that you can adopt to your organization's culture and your product specific needs. And finally, let's circle back to why the skill stakeholder management is core to the role of a product manager. A product manager is often called the CEO of a product, but you don't have a direct authority over most of the people building or selling it. You lead through influence, persuasion, and a deep understanding of shared goals. It's about influence without authority. You can't just tell an engineering team to build something or a sales team to sell it. You need to influence them by articulating the why, demonstrating the value, and building the consensus. Bridge building. Product managers are the ultimate bridge builders. You connect engineering with marketing, sales with support, and leadership with the ground team. This requires constant communication and the ability to translate between different languages. Risk management. Unmanaged stakeholders are a huge source of risk for any product. Effective management helps mitigate these risks, leading to a smoother development cycles and better outcomes. Career growth. Seriously, your ability to manage stakeholders effectively will significantly impact your career trajectory as a PM. It's highly visible skill that demonstrates leadership, strategic thinking, and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, it's about delivering the impact. A product manager's primary goal is to deliver value to its user and the business. You simply cannot do that effectively without the buy-in, collaboration, and support of your stakeholders. So, if you are a product manager, embrace your stakeholder management, not as a chore, but as a critical lever for success. It's not always easy, but it's immensely rewarding when you see diverse teams pulling in the same direction, all fueled by a shared vision for an amazing product. So that's all for Product Bakar today on stakeholder management. Hope this episode has given you some valuable insights and actionable tips. So thank you for tuning in to Product Bakar. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and rate and review us on your favorite podcast platform. And remember, keep building great products and keep those stakeholders happy. See you next time.